Hello students, welcome back to our channel. Students, in this video we will start chapter 5 of class 11th mathematics, and the chapter is complex numbers. We will see what are complex numbers, how we can add, subtract, multiply and divide complex numbers. So let us start. What are complex numbers? To understand the concept of complex numbers, we have to first see iota, which is represented by I, and that is equal to under root minus 1, right? I is short for iota, 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 and the value of I is equal to under root minus 1. So in complex numbers we are going to see such numbers. We all know that it is not possible to find the square root of a negative number, because square of any number is always positive. Whether the number is positive or negative, then the square of the number will always be positive. For example, square of 2 is 4 and square of minus 2 is also 4. So square will always be positive. Now if you will multiply 2 minus 2's, then minus and minus after multiplying will get positive. So the square of any number will always be a positive number. So how you will find the square root of a negative number? Square root means what? If I am finding the square root of 4, that means I am finding the number whose square is 4. So if I am finding the square root of a negative number, let us say we are finding the square root of minus 25. How we can find the square root of minus 25? Because there is no such number whose square is minus 25, because square cannot be negative. So these numbers which are negative numbers inside a square root, these numbers are called complex numbers. So we don't have to give a different symbol to each and every such complex number. We will just give a symbol to under root minus 1 at the, and that symbol is I, which is short form of iota. Iota means very small, right? Okay, so before studying the exact format of complex numbers, the form of complex numbers, first we will have to learn or understand some results, that the value of I is under root minus 1 and the value of I square is what? Now if you will square this term, then root will go away and you will get minus 1, right? So you have to know all these values directly, that the value of I is under root minus 1, value of I square is minus 1, value of I cube is minus 1, value of I cube is simply, we can write it as I square into I, right? And I square is minus 1 and I is under root 1. So this is minus under root minus 1, which can also be written as minus I, and the value of I raised to power 4 can be written as I square into I square, and the value of I square is minus 1, then again one more minus 1, then it is 1, right? And after that the value of the powers of I, values of the powers of I will get repeated. For example, because after every 4 you are going to get 1, and if you multiply 1 there will be no change. So at every multiple of 4 you are going to get this value as 1. So suppose I have to find, let us say I have a question which says that find the value of let us say I raised to power 39. Okay, so how we will find this value? We will first divide this 39 by 4 and we will see what is the remainder when we divide 39 by 4. So if you divide 39 by 4, you are going to get remainder as 3, because 39 is 4 into 4 into 9, which is 36, and plus 3, which is 39. So remainder is going to be 3. So this is I raised to power 39 is nothing but I raised to power 3, because at every multiple of 4 that power of I is going to give you the answer 1. So I raised to power 39 is simply I raised to power 36 into I raised to power 3. And since 36 is a multiple of 4, then I raised to power 36 is nothing but 1. So this is I cube. And what is the value of I cube? The value of I cube is minus I. That means the value of I raised to power 39 is also minus I. Right? So this is everything about iota. Now what are complex numbers? The general form of a complex number is z equal to x plus I y. This is the general form of a complex number, right? Any complex number is represented by the symbol z, and it is a combination of two parts. One part does not contain iota and the other part contains iota, and the part which does not contain iota is called the real part of z, and the part which contains iota is called the imaginary part of z. Because these complex numbers, these numbers which contains root of any negative numbers are also called imaginary numbers, because in reality you cannot have a negative number inside a root. So these numbers are called imaginary numbers, right? For example, suppose we have z equal to 3 plus I. We have z equal to 3 plus 4i, right? So this is a complex number. This is a complex number, and this 3 is real part of z, and this 4i is the imaginary part of z, right? This 3 is the real part of z, and this 4i is called the imaginary part of z. These are also represented by these symbols, re bracket mein z. So we will write re z, which means the real part of z, which is 3, and I am z. I am not z. I am z means the imaginary part of z, which is in this case 4i, right? So this is the general form of a complex number, but always remember this 3 or this 4 can have any values, right? This x, not 3 or 4, 3 or 4 are just values, but this x and y can have any values including 0. Okay, so if this is 0, then the complex number has only the imaginary part, and if the coefficient of I is 0, then the complex number has only real part. So we can say that any real number can be written in the form of a complex number such that the coefficient of I is 0, right? So these are complex numbers. So let us study the algebra of complex numbers, which means that how we can add, subtract, multiply these complex numbers, which is very simple. We can multiply them or add them or subtract them like we do with polynomials. If you add two polynomials, you will add the term containing x to only the term which has x, right? You cannot add the term which has x to a term which has x square. So when we add two complex numbers, then real part is added to the real part, imaginary part is added to the imaginary part. Or when we subtract two complex numbers, then the real part is subtracted from the real part and the complex part is subtracted from the complex part. Let us see how. We will see all this using two examples. Instead of writing everything in terms of x and y, we will just take two complex numbers and we will add them, subtract them, multiply them, and you will get to know how you can do these operations. Let us say that z1 is 2 plus 3i and z2 is 3 plus 3 minus 4i, let us say, right? So number one, addition of complex numbers. So let us say that the complex number which comes after adding these two is z1, is represented by z. So that z is z1 plus z2. Now add real part to real part. 2 plus 3 will give you 5, plus add imaginary part to imaginary part. But if you will add 3i to minus 4i, you are going to get minus I. So this is minus I. So after addition, the complex number which comes is 5 minus I. Okay. Subtraction. Number 2, it is subtraction. So let us say that z is z1 plus z2. Now what was z1? 2 plus 3i minus 3 minus 4i, right? Okay, now open this bracket, 2 minus 3. Okay, let's write one more step. So it is 2 plus 3i minus 3 plus 4i, minus 3 plus 4i. So the answer is 2 minus 3 is minus 1 plus 7i. So this is the subtraction of complex numbers. Now let us multiply these two complex numbers. Multiplication. Now let us multiply these two complex numbers and let us say that z is z1 into z2. Now put the value. Z1 was 2 plus 3i and z2 was 3 minus 4i. Now simply open the brackets as you do with polynomials. So this one is what? This is 2, 3 minus 4i plus 3 minus 4i. 2 into 3 is 6 minus 8i plus 9i minus 12i square, right? 6 plus I, and we know that I square is minus 1. We have discussed that in the beginning of the video. So this becomes 12, right? So the final answer is the final answer is 18 plus I, and that is the product of these two complex numbers. Now let us see the division of complex numbers. Division is z1 by z2. So this is 2 plus 3i and divided by 3 minus 4i, right? So this is the complex number which will come after division. So you can say the answer is complete in this form also, but we will not leave the answer in this form, right? We will leave this because we know that the division of two complex numbers is going to give us a complex number. So this will be written in standard form, and standard form of the complex number is x plus iy. There should be a one clear real term plus minus, and then again there should be a clear imaginary term with a single I. So how we are going to change this into its standard form? So this trick you need to learn. You will multiply and divide with the conjugate of the denominator. What is a conjugate? The conjugate of a complex number is simply a complex number having the opposite sign in imaginary term, right? If this is 3 minus 4i, then the conjugate of this is 3 plus 4i. Conjugate of this is 3 plus 4i. We just have to change the sign of the imaginary term. Now, multiply the numerator 2, then 3 plus 4i plus 3i, 3 plus 4i. A minus b and a plus b will give you a square minus b square. 2 into 3 is 6 plus 8i plus 9i plus 12i square divided by 9 minus 16i square, right? But I square is minus 1, so 9 minus 16 becomes 9 plus 16, and this is, and this I square is also minus 1, so 6 minus 12 is minus 6, and 8 plus 9 is 17i divided by 9 plus 16 minus 6 plus 17i divided by 25. And this can be written in the form, minus 6 divided by 25 plus 17 by 25, and you can clearly see that this complex number is now in its standard form, because this is the real term plus this is the imaginary term with a single I. So this complex number is in the form of x plus iy, which is the standard form of complex number. So in division you have to do this extra step, that is you have to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator wala complex number to change this complex number z1 by z2 into its standard form, right? So these are called the complex numbers, and this was the algebra of complex numbers. That means how you can add, subtract, multiply and divide two complex numbers, and how you can change a complex number into its standard form, and what is the standard form of a complex number. So based on this you can solve exercise 5.1 of your class 11th NCERT textbook. So go and solve that exercise. I'll meet you in the next lecture. Till then, all the very best.